My name is Abra Burkett, and I am a head coach and co-founder of SAGA Action Arts.
Hi, my name is Dylan Hintz. I'm the head coach and co-founder of SAGA Action Arts.
My name is Will Taylor. I'm the training group leader for SAGA Action Arts of Florida.
And you're watching Take One. I co-founded SAGA Action Arts with Abra Burkett in 2017. Back then, we were running a group called the DC Stunt Coalition out of Maryland. Kind of serves the Maryland, DC, and Virginia area, kind of partially known as the Washington Mid-Atlantic region for the professional film industry.
The DMV.
There's a lot of indie filmmaking there, there's a lot of small budget productions there, and occasionally a bigger production will come to town. So I started the Stunt Coalition as a way for local aspiring stunt performers to network with other local professional stunt performers that might not have moved out to LA or moved out to New York or anything like that, that were still kind of around, to help them get their feet wet and potentially get into the industry. The DC Stunt Coalition was designed for the DC area. This should be run by somebody local. So that was when I decided I wanted to build my own curriculum so that I could take it with me on the road. And having worked with Abra for so long and put a bunch of martial arts skills and everything together, we just started building this curriculum. And in 2018, we went to the Philippines together to train under a bunch of Filipino martial arts grandmasters with our own teacher, another stunt performer, and Filipino martial arts master, Felix Cortez. And we went to the Philippines and we trained with all these people, and that's when we introduced the brand SAGA Action Arts officially. We're going to go on adventures, we're going to train the stuff, and then we're going to do what we can to bring it back to you.
I was living in Maryland, or the DMV area. Before that, I had been training in martial arts, mainly Krav Maga and Muay Thai. I've always been interested in acting and performing. My Jeet Kune Do instructor said that there was this place called the DC Stunt Coalition that he was helping, they were helping to train for a show. And then later on, I ended up training with them and ended up helping to run the place. We've always been inspired by other people and other creative properties. I myself was always very inspired by Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's a big reason why I got into a lot of things I got into were big beats. And we just love connecting with other people who feel that and want to do something with that.
I had been choreographing fights and action sequences for a lot of live theater. But then when I got a little older, I started collaborating with local independent filmmakers and choreographing fight scenes for them. Choreographing a fight in a live performance as opposed to choreographing a fight scene on camera are two very different ballparks. It's a very different style of movement and choreography, different mindsets. And I decided that during the pandemic, I was gonna really learn about choreographing fights and action on film. Came across a YouTube channel called SAGA Action Arts. Said, hey, if you want to help us out, leave a good review at the end of our videos. I was like, I can do that. Dylan friended me on Facebook and messaged me. I started training virtually with him and with Abra, and I started getting connected to their community. We have an active stunt team here in Gainesville now. We're SAGA Action Arts of Florida, which I run, and we train every week. We produce our own short films, our own training reels. And we just did our first live show in St. Augustine, Florida. Staged a live choreographed naval landing raid at the Fountain of Youth Archaeological Park for the dignitaries of Spain. We're super proud of that. We're looking forward to more opportunities for a live performance, and it's been a good run so far.
Blind Spot, The Blacklist, and Gotham are probably the three biggest shows that I've worked on to an extent. I actually started at Six Flags America in 2009, so 10 years before Abra got on the show. There on out, I just worked in the local independent film industry as soon as I graduated from college in the DC area. But then when I finally got into stunts, it was because I had started the DC Stunt Coalition when I found all these different people in the local area, put them in a room together, got talking, started a Facebook group. And then I got noticed by a stunt coordinator named Kid Richmond. It was for a TV show called Turn Washington Spies on AMC. My first stunt was to jump into a freezing cold pond in Richmond, Virginia, 34 degrees or lower. So I literally got baptized in freezing water to become a stunt performer. Really do think ultimately it's important that before you go to one of those bigger markets, you find somewhere closer to home to just get your roots down, get your basics in, evolve yourself as a professional, evolve yourself as a performer, and build up a small resume so that you have at least the bare bones confidence to go, yo, I really want to pursue this. I worked my butt off somewhere. I learned a lot. I need to learn more. Here's a headshot, a resume, and a reel saying that I've gone out there and I've done some work.
Don't let fear hold you back. It's very easy to be afraid of something. And I read something recently that said, like, the things that you're afraid of are probably some of the things that you are actually the most interested in. Like me, when I was afraid of going out and auditioning for things. That was something I really wanted, but I was too afraid to do it for a long time.
You've got these different school programs, whether it's at Santa Fe or UF, other places. You're a few hours away from Full Sail. You've got all these historic locations. You've got all these reenactors. There's clearly enough material here. The people that Will's assembled for his team, a lot of them come from, what is it called, Hogstown? I'd be really remiss not to mention them because at least a handful of your people have come from there.
Yeah.
And they're incredibly great and gifted young performers. And it's so cool to see them already bringing skills to the table, and knowing that they want more is awesome. That's the number one thing that's going to make any community start growing, is when you really have a feeling of being a team. You're not out for yourself. You're out to make the entire thing feel bigger, the entire thing get more attention, attract more people, provide the idea that there is something here that if somebody comes out of town for, they can use. The DC Stunt Coalition had people hired for a pilot recently up in Baltimore. The goal is to make it clear that something is happening so people have those resources. Best way that you can find out about SAGA Action Arts is, first, you can check out our website, www.sagaactionarts.com. It will give you links to all of our social media accounts, including Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, probably not TikTok right now, but you'll be able to find us in all the different platforms. We are checking them regularly, and we'll be happy to interact with you for whatever interest or needs you might have from SAGA Action Arts. We're SAGA Action Arts, and you've been watching Take One, and that's a wrap.